So this guitar, I got fairly recently, and yeah, this is an original 59 Darkburst, and it is super clean to the point where when I first saw it, I didn't think it was real.
It's scary.
You know, the first day I got it, I plugged it in, and it sounds fucking awesome. So, I mean, it is a testament that 59s, you know, when they sound good, they sound amazing.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, I may have played this guitar briefly when it was in Nashville, because it was in Cesar's office for a couple of days, as his came in too. And I remember opening the case and pretty much had the same reaction again when I saw it. It's
Cesar
scary.
hooked me up. He hooked me up with a guy that is a guitar collector, aficionado. And I guess he didn't, I mean, I talked to the guy and he didn't want to sell it, but he sold it to me. And this was sort of to fill the void for
The Joe
Perry guitar.
Yeah.
And he appreciated that whole idea. I mean, I didn't tell him that. He just assumed.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you assumed it right.
Yeah.
And so he sold it to me. So,
And this guitar is in Beauty of the Burst.
yeah.
It's in the book.
Yeah.
It's well documented, and I don't know what it looks like at home, but it's the cleanest.
It looks like all the other guitars.
It's like,
yeah.
it's like shiny and clean.
For us
It's,
guitar freaks, this is a badass guitar.
yeah, absolutely killer. Has this got any studio action yet?
I got it right before the Guns tour started.
I haven't really had a
Yeah,
chance.
I haven't had a chance to use it really yet. So at some point soon, it'll get some work.
God, a killer wood
I
too,
know.
man. It's not like a plain top. That thing's got some flame on it. Go find another one, as we say.
No, I've got a couple of the other ones that I've had for a while, and I've got this one. So I'm out of the guitar market for this for
Bullshit. This is all bullshit. Yeah, you're out for right now.
Another lift and 5 latch.
Starting to get into the real good stuff.
It's all good,
It's all good stuff.
except for the stuff that's not good. Oh, this is the guitar I got. It's the Geddy Lee last owned.
This was Geddy's.
Yeah.
So this
I think
is
he
what
plays bass, doesn't he?
I've heard. This is a 59, I take it.
Yep. 591160, I think it is. And it had this covers on.
Yeah, I remember seeing the pictures of it with the covers.
Yeah,
What inspired you to pull the covers?
I knew there were double cream coils underneath. And actually, Joe Bonamassa was playing here in town. And I'm friends with Mike Hickey, his guitar guy.
Yeah.
And I had to talk him into it to take the covers off. He took them off at my house.
Now, how did you know it was double whites under there? Is this just
Yeah.
tribal knowledge?
Yeah. Yeah. And you could see, if you look real close, you could see stuff under there. So it was the first time that the covers had been taken off. And I had the covers obviously upstairs, but it's like, I just like it. From the first time I saw a zebra or a double cream with Jeff Beck was the first guy that I saw. And I thought they were 2 Stratocaster pickups.
Yeah.
You know, when I first saw it, because, there was no information about what was on there. Actually, I owned an Epiphone bass, and with the covers off, it was like the T-Bird years.
Yeah.
And it has a zebra in it. I even have the picture of it. And I've never seen anything written about that. And I didn't really know that it was there. So for some reason, it had the cover off it, and there it was.
Now, for a Burst collector and a guitar collector, I mean, to have an unmolested set of PAFs and to take the covers off is almost sacrilege. But for you, you just don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my guitar, not
Yeah.
somebody else. You can put them back on him. I like to show them off.
Yeah.
I liked it with Jeff Beck in the 60s, and I still like it today.
Yeah.
And don't they look sweet?
Yeah, that's killer.
And plus, they sound great.
You taken this one out since you've gotten it?
Yep, I did.
This one's been out on the road?
Yep, I did the first show with TNT. And I played it with a Blackberry Smoke, too.
I think we've worked our way up the food chain.
Food
here.
chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, this case I aged. And
Did you do these stickers too?
Yes.
This is all new stuff?
Oh, yeah. The stickers are all new. The whole case has been aged by me. And I just love this case because it's so sturdy as opposed to some of the originals. So it was the best way to house this particular guitar. But yeah, this is a new case.
Not a new guitar in there, though.
Not a new guitar.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
This is
this is
your guy now?
yeah, this is a 59, and it was patched up after.
Oh, yeah, the snake bite from the
Yes,
Bigsby.
from the Bigsby. And this guitar was re-necked and have no issues with it. It feels and plays amazing. And
Great top, too. Really blistery and peekaboo when it hits the light and certain things. You start seeing whole different dimensions on it.
yeah, so it had a finish on it that I really wasn't crazy about and was a bit of a stickler for. So I had it refinished, and it's exactly what I wanted.
Why not? Now, we were talking earlier. How many bursts did you go through? How many different ones did you own throughout?
Just four. I think four. Yeah, just four. Yeah.
Were those first three all part of the batch that when you kind of sold everything, or did you have one after that?
I had the 59 that's Beauty of the Burst, the Stanley Burst that's on the cover of that, and a 58. And after that, I had the one that I sold to Dave Amato that belonged to one of the guys in Wishbone Ash. And
He called me that day. He's like, "What? He's got a burst of Paul Stanley." Yeah. Love Dave.
and that led me to this.
To this?
Yeah, and it's everything that I would want. Again, the idea of everything having to be original is of no concern to me.
Yeah.
If it's great and if it looks great, it's great.
Do you know where the Stanley Burst ended up? Have you been able to keep tabs on that guitar over the years?
I believe I know where it is.
Yeah.
I can't get it back, that's for sure.
Not going to happen.
No, I put out some feelers, and that's not to be. And again, it's not going to be twice what I paid for it. It's going
Not going to be four times.
No.
4 times
So-
what you paid for it. Yeah.
So it was great. I climbed that mountain. I
Yeah.
had it. I loved it, and I love seeing photos of it. We move on, and this is great. It's a great guitar. Sounds great, and it's a 59. It just needed some love.
Yeah. Where does this live? Does this live here in the warehouse, or does this live at the house?
This lives. All my guitars right now live in the warehouse because I don't have a house. I'm
In between.
Yeah, we are building a new house. So until that's done, everything is here.
But this is something that would probably stay close by you when the house is done.
Sure. I mean, the idea of being able to plug it in or any of these guitars and play, that's the idea. I don't want to store things away. I want to play them. I want to use them.
That top is just so great, and the color, just perfect honey, lemon burst.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I'm glad to see you still got one in there.
I want one.
Yeah,
I just don't want. I don't want to, take the money from my children's college fund.
All right, gig bag.
Gig bag.
Mexican Strat.
Yeah.
Something like that.
$250 Mexican Strat.
Yeah.
Actually, it's that Montgomery Ward.
That Montgomery Ward guitar.
Saw it in half. Okay. Oh,
there it is.
She blows. There she goes. Steady, 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 Nick. Steady.
That's Greeny.
That's
Ladies
Greeny.
and gentlemen.
And always with a guitar strap.
And strap locks.
Strap locks, because man, I don't want to drop this guitar, and so yeah. Listen how
It's just, you could just mic it.
so
and it'd be an acoustic. Yeah.
so loud acoustically, it's just so amazing. It's just like feels so right in my hands, and like every night when Justin hands it to me to play on stage, I'm like, yeah, give it to me, because I just want to play it so loud to the PA. It's just so satisfying playing it to freaking 70,000 people, And it's weird because when I put it on, people are pointing at it, the audience are going,
star, yeah.
oh, it's just like, so it kind of has its own thing going. I mean, This is the first guitar I've ever had that had its own fan base that I had nothing to do with. And, you know, there are so many interesting things. Like, you know, Gary Moore put that wear mark there and right there, you know, because he was constantly going like this. And when he played, his fingers would just sit right there. So he put those wear marks in it. It's amazing to like look at old pictures of this guitar because there's so much
Red on it. Yeah.
I mean, so much red. And now look at it, and like there's no top coat on it. It's practically all worn off.
It's gone.
And you know, you turn the thing over, and look at that. I mean, that's a well played guitar right there.
Yeah.
I mean, to the max.
Now, one thing I want to point out, because a lot of people know a lot of stuff about this guitar and they know the history. I don't know how many people know that you carved your initials into the back of the guitar. Can we flip this over really quick?
I don't know what you're talking
And
about.
There's a KH. I mean,
Okay,
why not, dude? Like,
okay, I was
your guitar.
Okay. I was sitting there one day rehearsal, just kind of bored, and I had this thing I do with my guitars. If I like the way it sounds, I'll carve my initials on them. It started with that Jackson back in
Kirk was here.
Yeah, Jackson in 1985. And so I was going like this, you know, thinking, oh, maybe I should do that. And then Zach, or, you know, one of our guys, ran up to me laughing with a pocket knife. I go, bro, you read my mind. And I started carving my initials. He's going, no, this is joking. I'm like, I wasn't. Carve. And then afterwards I thought, uh-oh, I think I might have done something that some people might take issue with, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's my guitar.
You know, so be it.
Now, I spent some time with this guitar in Nashville. It was in our vault. I might have visited on my lunch break.
Yeah.
For like 4 days straight.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that until I saw a prototype that was coming, and I was on, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's like I was waiting for you to turn it over to see if you actually did it, and you did.
When Cesar came out to HQ
Yeah.
to look at Greeny, I handed him the guitar, and right when he was turning it over, I ran out of the room because I thought he was going to get offended, you know, what the heck is this? But he saw that and he loved it. He
Yeah,
thought
no,
it
it's
was great. He goes, oh, I love it. And this is going to be great for the limited edition, you know, put that on there and everyone will see it. It'll be great. And I go, okay, if you're not bothered by it, then that's wonderful.
Now, a question about the wear. Obviously, this guitar had a ton of wear on it when you got it. You've probably added some of your own. Whereabouts have you done most of your work?
Probably
Kind
right.
of the arm
Probably
wear
right
stuff?
here, because you know when I play, I use the top part of my arm as kind of like, you know, a pivot point. You know, it's just like if you're playing for long periods of time in the studio, like for 7 or 8 hours, you know, you just kind of just naturally do that. And so I would think, you know, a lot of this is from me, because that's definitely from Gary, and that's definitely from Gary. But, you know, also I wear a belt on stage. Got to wear a belt on stage because I have put the pack.
Oh, you got to have something to attach all this stuff.
Yeah. And so,
Obviously, that got started.
yeah.
But you've added to
yeah,
that.
and I've added to it. But, you know, it's character, and, you know, she keeps on sounding better and better to me, which means that it's just like she likes being played. Anyone can come up to me and go, can I take a picture with Greeny? I'll go, sure. Here, put it on and play it, you know. Play it as much as you want, because that guitar just wants to be played. I mean, it wanted to be played with Peter Green. It wanted to be played with Gary Moore. It wants to be played by me. It wants to be played by everyone in the world, I'm convinced. So much great music has been made with that guitar, and so much great music, I believe, will still be made with that guitar, even after I'm gone, probably. You know, who knows who will have it after me. Maybe it's my kids, maybe it's someone else. It can't be in a museum.
No.
You know, it can't be in a private collection or a vault. It needs to be active and working. It's happy.
No, it's as good as advertised.
It's
Yeah.
as good as the hype.
Yeah.
It's as good as all of it.
And it's crazy because like sometimes, I'll be in that position, full on. I call it the dragon tone. And then I'll just back off just a little bit on this volume. And this weird thing happens where it goes from out of phase to back in phase. But the sound that it makes when it's doing that is phenomenal. And it's kind of non-musical sounding, and I'm trying to figure out how I can capture that sound and make it musical.
Yeah.
It's poetry, this guitar,
As good as it gets. It's the most famous Les Paul on the planet.
Well, I don't know, man. Jimmy Page's Les Paul is pretty damn famous too.
Yeah, but you don't own that one. You own this one.
Yeah.
This is the most famous one.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I kind of see it as it kind of like in charge of its own destiny, because it seems that way.
Yeah.
There could only be one thing in here,
And it's not a Blackguard Telly.
and it's exactly.
What do we got? Yikes. Dude, that's clean.
This is a clean 59 burst.
I mean, it's got a little fade on it, but that is, dude, it's barely checked.
Barely, barely checked, barely anything. Look at the.
Little fade in here, but
Yeah.
yeah. Wow. Oh, we got some nice kind of center seam
Mm-hmm.
flame happening.
There's a bit of a flame going all the way up here.
Right through the seam, yeah. Oh, boy.
And the interesting story is that it's a sister, a few serial numbers from something else we're gonna see,
So this is what, 90418.
and we're gonna see
For
it.
those of you keeping track at home, remember that serial number, 90418. Man, how many do you think you've had the chance to play?
I probably played 20, 25.
Yeah.
Something like that. And they're all different. They're
all
all
have
you kind of
some-
fall in love with every single one you play.
Yeah. There's just an aura about these guitars that when you pick it up, it just changes everything about everything that
I
you-
haven't had an experience where I said I didn't like the sound of a burst.
But they all do sound.
Yeah,
a
maybe
little bit
because
different.
the ones that I got a chance to play were already owned by friends of mine that are collectors, that they've already gone through a selection process, and so maybe that's the case. But they all sound a little different, and they all have something that distinguishes them. And this guitar is actually the birthday burst, and I got this one from Drew as well.
Skin from Drew.
He played this guitar at the celebration of Les Paul's 100th birthday.
Yeah.
At BB King's in New York, and then one of his clients bought it, who is the person that then told
Oh.
Drew to sell it. So I bought it from there. But so that's why this one is the birthday burst, because it was played by Drew.
Now, I mean, in comparison, how good are the ones that we're making right now at Custom? Because I probably played 40 bursts, and I'll take one from the Custom shop any day of the week, man.
Yes.
They're great guitars,
Yeah.
but what we're doing right now is
I think we're making the closest clone
clones.
that we, Gibson, in our history and in the history of the Custom shop, have ever made. We have the luxury of having the two guys that started the R9 project,
Yeah.
Keith Medley and Tom Murphy. They did the first R9 in '93, and they're still with us. They're still our engineers and luthiers. Keith is our luthier at Gibson USA and helping the Custom shop. Tom is the luthier and the curator and master artisan of the Murphy Lab. So I do believe that today, if you buy a Custom Shop 59, you're getting the closest that we've ever been. Some might say it sounds better. Some might say it's different. Some might say the originals, these sound better. That's a matter of opinion.
But then again, like we're talking, every one of these sounds different.
Different.
So it's like, what are you comparing it against? But
And the scans we have of 59 bursts originals, I mean, I think we have probably over 30 now since in the last 3 years. And then we have to create a bit of an average of everything for the R9 that we have out, because as you say, they are a little different.
Yeah. And you hear people talk about, oh, we don't get the top carve right, or we don't. The
They're all
top
different.
carve is coming from scans of original. They're all different.
There's a database of, I want to say, over 60 scans, 30 of which are recent. And that's what we use to do the 59s.
Yeah.
So, because every single one, if we were to show a 3D scan, they're all different.
Yeah. Some have a big lip and a big, skate deck around the outside. Some are very, very flattened off.
Exactly.
They're not all the same, and they don't all sound the same. And I don't know, man. I just got one of the Murphy Lab 59s and just blown away by everything about it. The binding roll, the neck feels like it's been played for 60 years, man.
That's the point. It's the blindfold test, right? It's got to feel right.
Yeah, it's not about looking old. It's about feeling old.
So yeah, the Holy Grail.
But man, that's as nice as they get right there.
There it is.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, I know this one.
Yeah. Too bad you couldn't find one with good wood. No flame on this one. Jesus Christ, look at this thing. My God, that is a killer top.
Yeah, I love how they shift and the light and the.
So this one you said was from the 90s. This is when you got this one? These are the 5 that came over to the studio that day?
Yes.
What was it about this? I mean, but not very often you get to sit down with 5 of them and pick your favorite one.
No.
So what was it about, other than the obvious look at it? Like, what was it about this one that really jumped out to you of the ones that you played that day?
It was just the one that hit my ear, because they were all beautiful guitars of the 5. I love the way, and still love the way it feels. I had it refretted.
Glazer did a refret on it?
Joe Glazer did it, plecked it, and it was worth it.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could see what kind of work, just flawless.
Yeah.
And this makes it that much more fun to play. And it's got that classic sound to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Now this is the one your collector's choice was based off of.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the process of what happened turning this guitar into a run. Do you remember, was it scanned? Were they taking digital measurements and stuff? Or
at that time, I believe they were doing all of that. Very first guitar that they did, the prototype, I thought it was all there.
Yeah.
There wasn't,
Nailed it.
maybe there was a few, I can't even say a few. They just did a great job.
Has anyone staked claims to this guitar in the family yet? Or are they going to have to fight over this?
It's going to be a
thing when-
surprise. We'll probably have to fight over it when.
But that's the
That's
shit
a great
right there.
guitar. A lot of fun to play. And like I said, it's a great weight, you know.
Yeah, it's great everything, man. That is what it's all about right
And
there.
that wood, I mean, I don't know all about the wood. I was told that the wood came from much earlier on than the guitars were built, from 30s or 40s or something, that the wood was
Could have been
more
seasoned,
harvested and then stored in Kalamazoo.
dried out naturally. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is the good stuff. It's spectacular.
Yeah. It's what everybody wants.
There's a reason why everybody wants one like
Yeah.
that. They don't all look like that though.